Hi guys, it's Little Kansas Kitty and I welcome you back to my journey. I had the RNY gastric bypass surgery on June 25th, 2018. So this marks my 26-week post-op update, which is also my 6-month surgeversary. I started off my high weight at 238 pounds and I'm 5'6". I'm 38 years old, and last week I came to you and I weighed 154 pounds. It was a huge milestone, a big celebration, because I had officially hit the healthy BMI normal category. Today I come to you and I weigh 153 pounds. That's a 1 pound loss in the last week, which brings me down to a grand total of 85 pounds. 85 pounds. That is huge. And that's 85% of my excess body weight of a 100-pound loss goal. Yesterday, I went and I had my labs taken because I'm coming up on my 6-month appointment. So my surgeon's office approach was 1 week post-surgery follow-up, 6 weeks, 3 months, and at 3 months I had my labs taken and everything checked out great. And again, I'm taking them here at 6 months out. My next appointment after that won't be, I believe, until my 1 year post-op. And that's pretty much the program. They follow me for a year, and it'll be up to me to kind of check in on an annual basis going forward. With RNY gastric bypass, it is critical to take your vitamins for the rest of your life. With the malabsorption, you could potentially have nutrient deficiencies, and so it's really important to check in and just make sure that you're healthy and you don't have any nutrient deficiencies. I've been a slower loser this month than I have through this entire process. So basically, in just shy of 6 months, I lost 85 pounds. That's a lot of weight. And initially, I cut out all sugar from my diet for the most part, all caffeine, all alcohol, and really stuck to a really low carb diet. I'm still doing a lot of that, but I have added some sugar back in, and I do think I am at a healthy weight, but I'm also letting myself splurge a little too much lately, and that is probably why I'm having such a slow loss right now. So I'm losing a pound a week this month, and like I said, I have 15 to go. With weight loss surgery, binge eating disorder does not go away, unfortunately. And I have had some slip-ups in the last month where I've allowed myself some sugar, a little too much, and I slipped up. When I open those doors and I begin to have some sugar, I want it all. I'm such a black and white person that it's really hard for me to find the gray, and it's an all or nothing mentality, and I know it's not healthy, and it's going to be something that I'm going to have to really work at the rest of my life. I do acknowledge that eating addiction, sugar addiction, is something that I'm going to struggle with forever, and it's something I'm just going to have to continue to work on. The other day I had a really bad slip-up day, and I was doing great all day. I was sticking to my plan. I went on my morning run. I was really feeling happy and jolly all day, and there is so much darn temptation out right now. These holidays, holy moly, it's killing me. It's like a sugar fest of temptation all around me. And I had some chocolate baked goods that were in our kitchen that my really good coworker made, and I wasn't planning on it. And I saw them, I opened up the container, I smelled it, I looked at it, I even thought about how it would taste in my mouth, and then I gave in and I had some. And I have a really hard time with baked goodies, and it particularly started with something I cannot resist, and they are chocolate dipped peanut butter balls. Oh my gosh. And so from there, it went to a few more pieces and a few more pieces. And as some of you know from some of my past videos, I have not dumped on sugar. I don't seem to have that problem. Unfortunately, I wish so bad that I dumped on sugar, because I think it would totally restrict me and refrain me from having more of it. So I did skip my protein shake snack because I filled myself up with these sugar goodies, and we had a happy hour that afternoon. We have a lot of happy hours at my office, and I didn't have anything at the happy hour, and I was doing okay. I was kind of feeling a little bit of like rapid heartbeat. I kind of felt a little down that I had given in to temptation, but it was a happy day, and I was just having a good time at the happy hour and socializing. Then on the way home in the car, I had some cookies that were sent home with me that I was planning on just giving to my son, and I ended up having some cookies, and these were not tiny little cookies. They were like average size cookies, and I probably had 3 or 4 of them. And I was headed to the grocery store because I was going to do kind of my holiday grocery shopping spree, because I am off now for the holidays. And I got to the grocery store, I sat in my car, and I was so tired. And although I wasn't sick to my stomach, I didn't feel good. I was really tired, and I was kind of upset at myself for having all of this sugar. You know, I basically lost control. I had a binge. And I decided, I looked around at all of the activity and all of the shoppers and just the whole crowd, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I am exhausted. I'm tired. So I almost think that possibly I did dump in my own way. I didn't get sick or anything. I got home and I immediately laid down. I took about an hour nap when I got home from work. Woke up, and this is so embarrassing, but here is where my disorder really kicks in. And I had this Topsies bag of popcorn, and I started munching on that. It was like that really sweet, crunchy cinnamon mixed with cheddar, and I had some of that. And I was like, I know I've already blown it. I'm just gonna blow it all the way. So I totally skipped dinner, and then it gets worse. It gets worse. So then I was still feeling kind of lousy, and so I was kind of laying my head down, and then the doorbell rang, and I went to go to the door, and there was a little treat bag there of puppy chow. Why? I love puppy chow. Anything chocolate and peanut butter and sugary is like, oh. So I decided to have a few pieces of that. I didn't go crazy on that one because I've already gone crazy all day. And I munched a little bit on that. And then I was like, okay, done. I got it out of my system. I got all of this holiday temptation, munching, sweetness, sugar, craziness out of my system. And I knew going to bed that night, I'm done. It's like start over time in the morning. And I woke up that next morning, and I felt that pang of guilt and like ill feeling, like, what the F did you do? But at the same time, I felt this huge motivation to do right. And so I know that sounds like a ton of crap to a lot of you, but if you look back at where I was 6 months plus ago, that is nothing compared to the binges I used to have. And so I need to look at, I still cannot eat very much. I get full pretty quickly. Those foods are definitely considered sliders, and I was glad to just be done with it. Be done. I'm not gonna say this isn't gonna happen again. I definitely am at a point where I need to start reading my Brain Over Binge book. I need to start looking at some of my past journals of what helped me in the past with binging, and I don't want to make this a habit because it can easily turn into the old me, and this is the new me. I am not that person anymore. Fortunately, I can't go as crazy as I used to, but I'm not going to fall into that again. So I didn't like it one bit that it happened, but at the same time, it got me right back on track the next day. It didn't extend into the next day, and I need to look back and celebrate the milestones and how far I have come and continue to march forward. So 85 pounds down in 6 months. This is a significant amount of weight. And if I have 15 pounds left to lose and I want to lose it in my honeymoon period of 1 year, I've got 15 pounds to lose in the next 6 months. And even if I lose an average of half a pound a week, I should hit that target. It's time to set some goals for 2019. I want to stay the course, I want to fight the fight, and I want to keep on moving forward. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to record another What I Eat in a video soon. I did one at 18 weeks, at 19 weeks, and my next will be at 30 weeks post-op. After that, I will do one at 41 weeks, and then my last at 52 weeks, 1 year post-op. I am also going to add strength training 3 times a week, and that doesn't have to be at the gym. It can be at home just using body weight. I am going to start off and kick off January, and I have already signed up to be on voodooqueene's DietBet, and I think it's going to be a great way to help keep me accountable through the month of January. So I invite any of you that have maybe considered doing a DietBet to sign up as well. The pot is, I want to say, at about $450. It's a $50 wager, and if you lose 4% of your body weight in the month of January, you're going to get your $50 back. What a great incentive. If there's anybody in the pot that does not meet their 4% and loses 4% of their body weight, their money is in the pot, and it's split among the people that do lose 4% of their body weight. I did one a few months ago, and it was a $40 wager, and I did collect some of the funds from a few other folks that unfortunately did not meet their goal, and I got $50 back. So it's a great way. It's really encouraging and supporting each other, and this is kind of up to you. It's up to yourself, you know, to meet that goal. So I'm going to be doing a DietBet in the month of January. Also, I registered and signed up for 2 marathons. I did it. I've been training so hard with my running, and it was time to officially sign up. I'm going to do Phoenix, Arizona in February. And I'm going to do Vermont in May. February trip, I'm visiting some friends that live there, and my Vermont trip is going to be a girls trip where a lot of my running girlfriends will all go out to Vermont and do a fun trip together. I'm really fortunate to work for a company that encourages and supports us to meet our health and wellness goals, and so I get $500 a year to sign up for races or to pay me back for my gym fees. Also, I just won our Fitbit challenge for the year, and that means I increase my steps by 10,000 per month, every single month, and the numbers kept dwindling down, and I won, and I got $500 in Southwest Airline gift cards for that. So I'm thrilled. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. And what better motivator than a race on the calendar to keep you moving forward. So those are just my quick short list of goals for 2019. I did have my favorites exchange party with my girlfriends this past week. It was so much fun. We all brought a little goodie with us, and we basically went home with 6 presents.
Vanessa, how many presents did you get?
I have 6.
Oh my goodness, look at you!
It's like Christmas.
We went to a really nice restaurant, and so a really good tip when you're going out to eat is to just look up the menu online. I looked up the menu and I saw that they had a barbecue shrimp and grits meal, and they were like a cheese grits, and I just told them, please hold the cheese grits and replace them with vegetables. And so I had this amazing barbecue shrimp and a dule sausage on top of vegetables. I'm going to insert my picture here of my before plate and my after plate and how much I finished because I intuitively ate. Also, I did have a cocktail. I had a vodka soda with splash of cranberry, and I'll show you a clip here on how much of that I drank. Not very much. Felt great. Had a nice little warm buzz going on, and it was enough for me. At our dinner, we talked about a ton of stuff. We were giggling our heads off. We were sharing all kinds of running stories, and it was such a great time. And we did get to a point where we kind of started talking about weight, and I probably was the one that initiated it. And it was interesting for me to find out most of my running girlfriends are shorter than me. Most of them are about 5'4", and all of them were in the 120 range. And so their weight, they were happy to share, were in the 120s. Some of them a little lower, some of them a little higher. One of my girlfriends is 5'6.5", so kind of close to me, and she said that she weighs 150 right now. I weigh 153, and she said that her ideal weight is 138, so she's up a little bit, and that is my goal weight, 138. So it was really cool to hear that my goals and my weight where I want to be is similar to these very active marathon runners. I also talked to one of my colleagues at work, and she shared with me, and she's 5'6", the same height as me, and she is usually around 132 pounds. And she's probably, I didn't ask her what size she was, but I'm guessing she's probably like a 4. And it was nice just to compare a little bit. I feel like I'm part of the club now, not only with my friends and my colleagues, but just part of society. I just don't feel like that overweight person anymore, and that is a huge, huge NSV. I did also have another NSV, and I took some family pics. We just had a friend of ours take pictures of us at the lake across the street from our house, and it felt really great to get our little matchy dorky outfits on and take a family photo. I've avoided the family photos forever, and so that was a huge NSV. I'm off work now for the rest of the year until the new year, and I'm so excited to be home. I am going to continue with my running. I'm going to work to maintain, maybe lose a little of my weight. I'm also going to work really hard not to binge. I feel like I got the big binge out of my system. I'm also really looking forward to spending some good old quality time with my family. So here's wishing you and your family a very happy, healthy holiday.